Hello, 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 divas, diamonds, and dolls. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Femininity with Momma Gail. Today, let's have a little conversation about three types of feminine women. Now, the three types of women, you will identify yourself as one of these women. The first woman that I'm going to talk about is Jezebel. And you're probably saying, Jezebel was from the Bible. How do you know she was feminine? I'm fixing to tell you. The second woman is Miranda Priestley from The Devil Wears Prada. And the third woman is hopefully you. But it's the feminine, beautiful, radiant woman who loves, who exudes love, who radiates love, who has healing presence and healing power because she's worked on the core of her being. Now let's go into conversation. First, we're going to talk about Jezebel. When you read the Bible, and you hear about Jezebel, there's always all this talk about all the things that Jezebel did, all of the wrong she did, all of the controlling she did, all the manipulative behavior that she had, and she was very manipulative. If you don't know the story, Jezebel was married to a king named Ahab. Ahab wasn't a weak king, but he just was not as strong and domineering as his wife, Jezebel. Ahab had anger management issues. He pouted when he couldn't get his way. He had issues where his wife had to step up and fight his battles. Now, Jezebel was a Phoenician princess before she became Ahab's wife. She was contracted, if you will. That Jezebel and Ahab did not marry for love. They married more for power and money. In other words, she married Ahab for who he was, not because she loved him, which is still happening in the world. But Jezebel was very controlling. She took things by force. She was manipulative. She knew that people feared her because of her power, and she used it, threat tactics, and she was good at fulfilling whatever it was that she said that she was going to do. So people were frightened of her. But I don't want to go off into other parts of the Bible talking about Jezebel because there's a lot that could be said. But I wanted to bring that point because many of us want to be feminine appearing young women, ladies. But when it comes to us being in an actual relationship, the feminine part goes out the window. Now, Jezebel was feminine. She was beautiful. She was so beautiful that when it was time for her to meet her doom, when death was knocking at her door, Jezebel got fully dressed, put her face on, looked out the window, put her lipstick on, and sister girl was cute. If I'm gonna die like the lady, like the diva, like the diamond that I am. But she was manipulative. And her manipulation, even though she got what she wanted, she got it by force, by controlling others, by putting fear in others. She got it by overpowering her husband, causing people to be killed in order to get her husband what it is that he wanted. She was feminine, but her femininity caused her name to be ran through the mud, caused her name to be spoken of even today. Jezebel is a spirit that a lot of us, and it's in men and women, don't want to let go of because we've been hurt. We've gone through some stuff. So now I have to control this whole environment, this whole situation. I have to control everything that's going on around me because I can't allow you to hurt me. Like I stated earlier, some of us, we are feminine, but we don't want to marry for love. When I marry you, I'm going to marry you for what it is that you have. Because love don't pay the bills. Love don't pay the rent. But when it's all said and done, you are hitched, attached, locked in to a marriage where you may get the title of a queen, the title of a first lady, the title of a wife of a successful businessman, things of that nature, but you're miserable. You're not in control of your life the way you think you are because your marriage wasn't based on things that would truly bring you happiness and peace. Now, I'm going to get off Jezebel because I can keep running and going on with that whole situation. But Jezebel was feminine. Ask yourself, are you a feminine Jezebel? The second person that we're going to talk about is my girl, Miranda Priestley. If you ever listen to any of my other talks, you may have heard me talk about Miss Miranda. Now, she's a figure in a movie, but Miss Miranda exists today. Miranda Priestley was feminine from head to toe. I love watching The Devil Wear Prada because Miranda Priestley, from the beginning of the movie, getting out of the car, when she was standing in her office, legs crossed, playing with the jewelry around her neck, looking out the window, fully feminine, diva up doll dressed. But Miss Miranda Priestley had some issues with her feminine self. Well dressed, Prada, beautiful clothes every day. You know she looked good, smelled good. She walked in authority, walked in power, and her position did her job very well. But Miss Miranda was a beast. If you've never seen the movie, go check it out. Miss Miranda was cutthroat. Miss Miranda, of course, I'm not saying that we're feminine and we shouldn't stand our ground because you have to stand your ground. But when it came to her taking any slack, not Miranda Priestley. And I'm not praising her in the sense of this is how a feminine woman should be, because she's operating, no matter how feminine she is, she's operating out of her masculine power, her masculine energy. Miranda Priestley could have gotten whatever she wanted without taking the tactics that she did, stepping over people to make sure that she ensured what it is that she wanted. She used people. When you look at yourself, are you a feminine Miranda Priestley? Or are you the third type of feminine woman? You are radiating, exuding out of you this radiant power that causes people to look at you and see such beauty from within and without, because you have such a healing presence of love, understanding, caring, and compassion, that when people come into contact with you, your feminine energy is so radiant that they leave you feeling better than they did before they encountered you. Feminine energy has a healing presence about it because you are exuding love, self-love. You know your value. You know your worth. There is something in you that makes people want what it is that you have. And they don't know how to put their finger on it and touch that thing, but they know that there is something different about you. That healing, when you heal from the core, is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it just touches from heart to heart, from breast to breast. It causes people to look at you and say to themselves, what is that? Now, Miranda Priestley, she had authority. She had a strong position, but she had no presence. When people came in contact with Miranda, they got off the elevator, they moved out the way because they knew she was in control. They knew that she was who she was because of her name, because of her title, because of her position, but she did not bring healing, hope, help. She didn't give people permission to be feminine, to explore their feminine energy the way that a feminine woman does. Because like it or not, when you are in your feminine energy, you give other people permission to bring out the best in them, to explore the femininity within them. And then you do have, don't get me wrong, you have these feminine, these masculine women who don't want what you have, but don't want you to have it either. But a feminine woman is not threatened or intimidated by anyone or anything. She still shines wherever she is. But back to what I'm saying. Even with Jezebel was so manipulative and so controlling and had to be in control of everything. Only thing she was concerned with was power. How do I get more power? You're going to respect me. She said to one of the prophets in the Bible, you are, what was the prophet's name? Elijah. But I am Jezebel, as if she was equal. As if you hold power and authority, but so do I. And there's nothing wrong with that in its rightful place. But as a feminine woman, she offered nothing to nobody else except herself. She took things to give to her husband. Feminine women, we always have a given spirit about us, whether we like it or not. And I'm not saying giving for people to suck you dry like a leech, for you to meet every succubus that you come in contact with and they suck the life out you. No. I'm saying you being feminine, your core, your radiance, the beauty from within, unconsciously gives people permission to heal, to love, to care. to want what you have, to see the beauty in you, not just on the outside by the way you're dressed, your appearance, but that beauty that radiates out of you. And it is my prayer, young ladies, that each and every one of us, in the chaos that is going on in our world, would use our feminine power and feminine energy to bring healing and hope and encouragement to someone else. Feminine divas, diamonds, and dolls, let your light so shine, not as Jezebel, not as Miranda Priestley, but be the sweet, gentle, powerful, feminine woman that you can be. Help heal somebody else. Have a blessed and prosperous day. This is Femininity with Momma Gail.